All right, today we have another episode from the archives with one of my incredible guests. Enjoy. All right, welcome back to the Trauma Therapist Podcast. My name is Guy McPherson. My mission is to help trauma therapists be their incredible selves, to be human, to be real, not just a clinician. I'm a big believer in who we are is more important than what we know. And this requires cultivating authenticity, genuineness, and vulnerability, and that requires intention. You can learn more about my courses and workshops by going to thetraumatherapistproject.com. That's thetraumatherapistproject.com. Let's get started. All right, guys, welcome back to Trauma Therapist 2.0. I am back, and Kate Hudgins is back joining me again now, Kate, this is our fourth in the series.
Well, story and then 3.
Okay, and today we're talking about post-traumatic growth and the trauma therapeutic spiral model. So before we get going here, give us the nutshell description of what TSM is.
Okay, so TSM is a clinically modified form of classical psychodrama. Psychodrama is the love of my heart. I grew up in it. And then as I became a clinical psychologist, I saw that things needed to be added to make it safer. Everybody knows now that experiential therapy is the treatment of choice for trauma, at least.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not hearing you loud enough. We might need to get you closer. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
Sometimes it doesn't.
That's perfect.
All right. So that the therapeutic spiral is a clinically modified model of classical psychodrama. I grew up in the days where psychodrama was still throwing chairs or, doing all sorts of things that were loud catharsis. And when I became a clinical psychologist, I saw that needed to be changed. And the more all of us learn about trauma, the more we know we have to have regulation, we have to have containment. You just don't go into the trauma right away. So what you and I have done, Guy, in our 3 sessions is we've gone through the 3 stages of the therapeutic spiral model, TSM psychodrama. Our first session is about the prescriptive roles, building up the strengths, and you were gracious enough to let me play with you and your self-doubt. So, we built up your strengths to look at your self-doubt and contain your defense, your defense was self-doubt, kind of, harassing you about, self-doubt. And then the second stage we did last time, a few months ago, was looking at the trauma triangle, the TSM trauma triangle, which is victim, perpetrator, and abandoning authority or abandonment of self. So today we're doing stage 3. Which is post-traumatic growth. We used to call it transformation, but then some of the researchers came up with the term post-traumatic growth, and I like it better. It's more tangible. Everything we do in psychodrama, as you see my stage here now, everything we do is tangible. Which
is this post-traumatic growth stage, is this considered the closing stage in a session or treatment? How would you describe it?
TSM is a 3-stage model of experiential psychotherapy. It goes over 1 session. It goes over 2 months of therapy. It goes over 6 months, 2 years. It's always preparation, strength building, trauma work, transformation. What you and I have done is just kind of dip in, one little mini drama at a time to one issue in that same pattern.
Got it. Okay.
But one session would be like that. One workshop would be like that. One group would be like that over time. And that's a standard, really, really good psychological model of trauma treatment. 3 stages of treatment. That's been around since Judith Herman in the 1990s.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's dive in here.
Okay. You ready to play?
I think so.
Yeah, you're always like, okay, enough talking. Let's go. You're the one of the easiest protagonists I've had. Okay. So here we have you. This was you in your other 2 scenes. So do you want this to still be you? Or do you want some other figure? So
I think that's fine. Yeah.
guy.
I'm not offended by that.
Yeah. So you've seen this figure for you go through building up strengths, looking at self-doubt, pushing it aside, and now we're ready to like come out with some good stuff.
Okay.
So what do you want to say to this guy just as you start off?
I don't know. I mean, I feel I like the figure. I think it works. The hair might be a bit much for me, but
all right. An idolized image.
in all seriousness, I think the image it feels good, feels congruent.
So we always have to make the switch where you talk about instead of to. So talk to the figure and just say, I like you, like maybe there's a little much, but like, I like you. Like, I'm ready to talk to you today again. Something like
sure. All right. So yeah, I like you. I think you have a good vibe about you, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to keep you. We'll work with you.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put him on the top of the Therapeutic Spiral stage. This is a replica of the original psychodrama stage at Beacon, New York, the original classical psychodrama stage. The 3 layers of the warm-up, the balcony, which is not for audience, but is for role-playing of internal reality, external reality. More often, I keep my husky up there. He's God spelled backwards, so he kind of stays there. And I put a spiral shell with a bit of golden thread when we do post-traumatic growth. So I put that in the middle of this, and let's just have a walk around the stage together. And I'm going to walk you around, and you're going to just soliloquy. Talk out loud. This is the psychodramatic version of Freudian laying on the sofa free association. Instead, you walk and talk. So you could even move your body because, you found in when we've worked before, moving your body helps. Okay. So just move your body a little bit. And just like we're going to take like a couple of things around and what did happen in that first session 6 months ago, 8 months ago? What did happen in that session in the time we looked at a little bit of moving your defenses aside and the trauma? So let's just it's like a narrative, of what you've already done. So I'm walking you around and you're talking out loud.
Okay. Well, I guess I feel comfortable on that stage. I like the shell. I like the idea of the spiral. I remember that, the different stages and steps that we worked through felt challenging, but definitely helpful. And
do you remember this figure?
I don't know if I do actually.
It was your spiritual connection that your self-doubt first got in the way of.
That my what got in the way of?
Your self-doubt.
Oh, my self-doubt got in the way of.
Which, interestingly enough, was a green stone, if you remember. Well, I went looking for the green stone and I can't find it.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I went into this, I'm not like role playing. I went into the whole thing here, there's no green stone anymore.
Okay.
I don't know. But so maybe this isn't your spiritual strength anymore. So you have a spiritual strength, maybe just right there already.
With the shell?
With the shell.
That sounds good. Yep.
Okay. You've moved closer to the ocean, I understand.
Well, we're not on the coast. We're about 3.5 hours actually from the ocean. But okay. I do like the shell. I like shells and I like the symbolism of a shell, kind of the spiral aspect to it.
All right. So that's your post-traumatic growth, that some figure you picked out 9 months ago that now you can't even remember to hold a role. of a spiritual advisor, internal role for you, has become so okay that now it's a shell that you can see anywhere in your mind.
I'll work with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So do you remember, so the green stone is missing, so the defense is missing. I can bring you up a new stone if you want a defense or if you want something instead of. But do you remember what this object did?
I remember the tree. It had a kind of a positive feeling for me. I definitely remember that.
Where should it go on the stage now?
Oh, behind me, like close behind me.
Right there, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So before it was here, and your green stone of defense that we can't find, it protected, it kept it there. It was what we called the manager defenses. It was the role of that it kept your defense from jumping into your scene. So already, again, we see another transformation. So right up there, right beside you now. It's not like distant, it's not far away. It's right up there on the stage for you. Yeah. So what is the thing you want to look for in terms of post-traumatic growth? You've moved. Maybe I'm telling secrets I shouldn't tell. You can edit it out. Oh,
no, that's fine. I kind of let people know.
Okay. You're welcome to edit out if I tell your secrets.
Well, that's a really good question. What am I looking for?
So post-traumatic growth, Calhoun and Taldeschi are the researchers. So I want to give them credit. And they say there's 6 stages of post-traumatic growth. Your body gets some help, changes, healthier, more relaxed. Your mind gets a broader view. Your heart is able to deal with more emotions. Your psychological self is bigger. Your interpersonal relationships improve, or your spiritual sense of self is better. And when we do workshops, we do a post-traumatic growth pie that there's 6 pieces of the pie on the floor, and people go stand in where they got some growth. So how about if you look at, where did you get growth? Which area in that post-traumatic growth pie?
As you were listing those off, I'm thinking, yes, I would like some growth in there. Yes, I would like some growth in there. Yes.
Yeah. So the question is, where have you already gotten the growth?
Yeah.
That's the first question. We can go to the second question, but what's the first question? The first question is, we've already seen the growth here. You're no longer arguing with your defense of self-doubt. It's not even on the stage. You didn't tell me I should go looking for it when it was missing. I mean, some people go, where'd that green stone go, right? They're really attached to the green stone. I did look.
Well, I think there's it's interesting that tree is behind me. And I'm actually so much closer to a lot more trees now since our move.
Would you like another tree? I have several trees here.
It's interesting, Kate. I feel that there has been some post-traumatic growth, and believe me, I don't consider consider myself that I feel like I need a lot of work in a lot of different areas, but as much as I would like more of a calmness, I feel that there has been some calmness that I have achieved.
Right.
But as you were talking, you were saying, well, there were certain areas. There were 6 areas. One of them was relaxation and calmness.
Yeah, so is that calmness, body, mind, soul? I mean, everything kind of went, oh.
Yeah, but I definitely need more. I feel I want and need more. But I feel that there's been some movement in that area, some growth in that area.
So you did pick this green object to be your body double before. And that body double in TSM is just that role that always kind of keeps you in a positive state, keeps you in a stable state. It speaks from the first person. Yes, I can breathe. Yes, I can let my shoulders down. Is that a figure to add, or do you want to see if there's something else?
I like that figure. Yeah, okay. I like that figure.
Right, left, up, down?
To my left. Yep. Right there. Yep. Nice.
All right. Good. Okay. So then let's now use the body, because we've done the body double every time. And so just a couple deep breaths. I'm going to 3 deep breaths with you in the first person. And then I just want you to say whatever comes up in terms of I'm feeling my growth. I don't know my wanting, but what I've already done. One more. I'm just going to sink in and relax. Just relax for a moment. Feel my body relaxing on the stage. My feet are on the floor. Got the tree behind me.
I feel comfortable and actually more confident and assured seeing myself there with the tree, with the body double.
Yes.
And the shell. It makes me I guess aware of these other strengths that are there that I a lot of times just don't really think about.
Well, these are actually the strengths you've worked on in our 3 sessions. They're the very same. But what's happening now is they're coming up without the defenses, without the block. Each time in the first 2 sessions, what you worked on, which was odd to me, but you worked on it nonetheless, was self-confidence, being confident in what you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, you're doing a really cool thing that, I'm like, well, why is this guy like even worrying about confidence? But, it was your drama. So I wasn't going to say it, right?
We each have our own journey.
Yeah, I have lack of confidence too. And I've been doing this for 40 years. So, all right. So what you've got now is this time you just automatically came into what we call a new internal role atom. So the role atom, the Tessera, the trauma survivor's internal role atom, that's the map in TSM. And we've done it. We've gone through the building up the strengths, looking at the self-doubt, looking at the defenses against the self-doubt, and then coming back to having a post-traumatic growth picture. And you can feel, and I can see, like there's, but I'd like a little more post-traumatic growth here. I'd like a little more. Yeah, and that's fine. Let's put in some more. Mm-hmm. And the question is, like, we keep going through the spiral. Like, this is what we do. Mm-hmm. Strengths, trauma, post-traumatic growth. Strengths, trauma, post-traumatic growth. Strengths, trauma, post-traumatic growth. So like in COVID, like we've ramped up since March. We've been online in ways that we never imagined we would do.
Right.
And our things are alive, we're up, we're moving. Like, I mean, it's exciting things. And we're still keeping that, like strengths, trauma, mm-hmm. post-traumatic growth. So what else do you want to add here? Like this, this is kind of the end of our first spiral. Who knows where we'll go from here, but it's the end of our first spiral.
Well, I think, to create or to represent an accurate picture, I think doubt has to be in there.
All right.
I really do. I mean, I by no means do I want to paint a picture of someone without any doubt.
Yeah. So look, oh God, goodness, no, we wouldn't want to be that.
No.
So pick something, or we can go back and look at the stone pile. There's 2 stone piles. Who knows? Maybe I did miss the green stone. I don't think so. But maybe look at the.
I in thinking about it, I don't like the idea of using a stone as doubt.
Okay.
I would pick something else. I would pick.
All right. Look around there. See what's here. works for you?
I would pick a figure. Even in fact, just that figure that one with the red.
Right
Yeah,
here?
that one. Yeah,
Okay.
and put it on lying down.
Lying down.
On like the first note down below. Yeah, but closer to you on that level. Closer that way, like behind that. Yep. Keep going around though. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In the days pre-COVID, you would actually be moving the figures yourself, of course. And it's still like, you still get keep going this way, get it, because you want it. You want this is your drama. This is your stage. So here's your picture. Like it used to be, like the first scene, it was absolutely 100% between you and your spiritual support. Okay, now spiritual support's hunky-dory there, everything's fine, got the tree behind you, So now, what is it you want to say to this doubt that's left?
I would say that Pardon? I say that you're definitely there, but I realize you feel less solid to me. The doubt, you feel more fallible. And I think part of that is this is weird, Kate, because as I'm doing this, seeing these things, I definitely do feel a certain something's happened, strengths happen, but I don't know how. It's weird. I honestly, I don't, but this feels what I'm doing. I'm not BSing. It's like, I really do feel that
So
there has.
It's actually, look at the figure.
Right.
It's a little being.
Right.
It's a smaller version of you.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing.
Right.
Now, part of you that you can tenderly talk to. And what's happening is your active experiencing inside yourself is changing. That's what you're feeling. I'm not interpreting. I'm helping guide you in the TSM path using our trauma survivors role Adam toward looking at this, and you do all the work with your autonomous healing center inside. I mean, that's what I love about psychodrama. Like, like you're just like, so come back. What is it? We have 10 minutes more. What is it you want to say to this part of you to end our first spiral of building up strength?
I mean, as far as, to the doubt, I mean, I feel like you're there. I realize you're there. Pardon?
To the part of you that doubts.
To the part of me that doubts?
The little boy.
What do I want to say to the part of me that doubts?
Yeah. Get that close, that direct. No more talking about all the way there.
To the part of me that doubts, I would say I feel you're there. I feel like you don't have as much weight or strength that I gave to you in the past. And it's clearly, I see it symbolized by the fact that you're lying down. It's kind of in very kind of almost a weakened position, an inert position. It doesn't feel as how do I say, you don't feel as active as you previous. And what?
I'm letting you rest.
I'm letting you rest, and that's fine. Yeah.
Doubling as always. If it's right, take it. If it isn't, but when I speak in the eye, it's like, I'm letting you rest. I don't need you right now to be my driver.
There you go. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't need you to be my driver. Whereas before, definitely I felt it was there, had a bigger role.
Thank you for helping me get where I am.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for being there. And you're still there, but it definitely doesn't feel
And
as...
rather than a but, and make the container bigger. You're still and
doesn't feel as powerful. You don't feel as powerful.
you can rest. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I'm doing okay.
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay with you right there, laying down, resting, taking a break.
So in our trauma survivors role, Adam, we have the prescriptive roles, the body doubles, the strengths, and then we did the trauma triangle last time. Well, there are 3 particular roles that are really important in post-traumatic growth in our map. One is called the sleeping awakening child. The other is the appropriate authority. And then there's the good enough parents. So I see you have a beautiful appropriate authority. Like you're really standing there. Yeah, you even took a breath. I heard it. Right? And take another breath to feel like, yeah. So I think we could actually take this. This is the little magic of psychodrama that I always love. So we can take this little golden cloth and we could put it over this wounded, self-doubting part of you. And then you, who have a little bit of musician magic in you, you could just put a wish or even take the golden cloth off and awaken that part of you. Because the sleeping awakening child in TSM, it's a role, it's a made-up role. I made it up at a moment where I was playing a wounded child in somebody's drama. Somebody else was directing the drama, and I was playing a wounded child. And the protagonist, the drama was about sexual trauma, sexual abuse, alcoholism in his family. He was going to, do his anger work with his parents. That was the drama. So he put me as a wounded child in a little nest. Created a little sub-scene with a little nest. I had a little bunch of pillows, bunch of scarves, and I must have really been tired because while he was yelling and screaming and angry at his parents, just, maybe 20 feet away, I literally went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I heard celestial music. I mean, I still don't really believe all these things I've experienced, but this is a true experience. I heard celestial music and I felt so peaceful. And after he'd done all of his rage work, all of his anger work, he came back to me expecting to find a wounded child filled with self-doubt, self-loathing. And he came and he edged, this is a male protagonist. And, he's like, hey, wake up. And I'm like, what happened? What did you do? And it was like, I just felt in that moment that there was a part of any trauma survivor, that man who was a trauma survivor, myself, as you know from my own story, I'm a trauma survivor, that we all had a part that didn't get dissociated, just went to sleep and stayed safe and protected from the moment of trauma on. Waiting for this, where you now say, I stand in my appropriate authority to go forward. I keep you in your right place, the wounds. I help heal. I go forward. But it's a part that it can become such a creative part for people to see this part that was wounded or you thought was wounded, but underneath it all, there's a sleeping, awakening child. And I think we have about 5 more minutes if you want to wake that part of you up. To see.
Yeah, I mean...
I can place my hand on my heart and really feel what's true. Yeah, my voice just changed.
I'll wake that part up. I mean, I feel I have a respect for that part, even though I don't really like that part of me. And maybe there's some shame there too in the fact that, I have doubt. I mean, I know doubt can be healthy and all that stuff, but
pick something to be shame so we can discriminate between shame and the awakening of creativity. because shame's going to hold you back. And there's no shame in doubt.
I would say one of those black figures. Is that a Dracula there? That one, yeah. Or that. Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah,
I would put that over towards the brown bowl. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So that's shame. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on the same level of the stage. So I wonder if you could invite your sleeping, awakening child to come up a level and leave shame down a level.
I think I feel comfortable doing that. Okay. Why don't you come up there, Doubt?
Yeah.
And as you do, you can wake up too.
I wake up a little bit. Yeah. See, there's the yellow, the golden light there. See, the thing is about him, when he wakes up, he stands up. He's not a sittable figure, so he doesn't stand up right away.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, what do you want to say there, and what do you want to say to just give shame its proper place in this snapshot?
I guess I realize that shame is there.
Don't tell me. Isaac, talk to shame. That's
shame. I can see you there. I realize you're there. I have a certain amount of respect for you, but I feel that you're definitely not, driving the bus, as it were.
No more driving the bus.
No more driving the bus.
Right. You've worked really well with your body before, and we haven't really got the body involved now. So I want you to really get a chorus of like, no more driving the bus. I want your body to go.
No more driving the bus. I don't think shame was ever driving the bus, but I think shame, you're definitely there. But
no more driving. I'm not going to analyze you. No more driving the bus.
No more driving the bus, shame.
Again, analysis.
No more driving the bus.
I don't even have to bargain with you. I don't have to analyze you. Just no more bargain. No more driving the bus. One more time, if you will.
No more driving the bus, shame.
All right. I think she even got off the stage there. At least it felt like it to me.
I think Doubt, you're there. I see you. Again, I have respect for you. And I think standing up is fine for me. I don't feel threatened so much by you, Doubt.
And can I see your golden light? Can I see?
And what?
Can I see your golden light? Can I see what you protected from me?
And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Kate. I see your golden light.
Double. Can I see?
Oh, can I see?
Are you only seeing this as a wounded child? Or are you also seeing that it's part of that sleeping, awakening child that I told you about?
Yeah, that feels very comfortable with me. I feel that it is very much a sleeping, awakening child part.
Your creativity has far to blossom.
Of me, yeah.
What do you want to say to give it that extra oomph? Because it is about this role in TSM is about you've made your life safe enough. And we all have work to do. You said you had work to do. We all have work to do. We didn't have work to do, we'd be dead. So of course we have work to do. And that's part of the doubt that we welcome. Like we welcome, of course we have doubt. Of course we have something else to do. Of course there's more to be healed, connected, honored, of course. But then there's this part that you say, and I see there's a part of me that I'm embracing in a way maybe you've never embraced before. That's my invitation. My invitation, because I see it swirling. I see it swirling.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation, man. I do feel that previously doubt was something you doubt were something that was in my way, I feel that I can appreciate you more. I feel that part of me is,
sorry, I fell down. You were talking to me. I just want you to see my golden stuff.
I feel, I guess I feel its value or its worth.
Your value.
I feel your value and your worth.
I'm going to put my hand in my heart so I'm connected to what I'm saying.
I feel your value and I feel your worth, and don't feel as fearful of you at this point.
I'm even starting to see you have a little bit of golden light.
What's that again?
I'm just starting to see you have a little bit of golden light.
And I'm just starting to see you have a little bit of golden light. Right.
I'm going to try not to knock them over. Just to let you talk to the golden light as the final scene. What do you say to the golden light that still has to be further?
Well, I love the idea of golden light. I mean, I like
the idea of you.
I love the idea of you, and I mean, golden light. You're welcome to shine on me at any point.
Woo.
Yeah.
Welcome. I will visit you tonight in your dreams. All right, in your dreams.
That sounds great. Thank you, golden light.
We will leave the scene there, and I'll take a picture of it afterward for you at up close shot, so you can have it for yourself. I do appreciate that each session we've done, you've really fully entered into it from your true self.
Yeah, it's been great. It's this one, I think, especially so. Just very, very interesting. What'd you say?
Say that after each one, but you should
Is that right?
Really go back and watch all three and see the progression from building up your strengths, fighting with like doubt. I mean, and the first scene, like when we were doing the strengths, I mean, oh my God, doubt took over the entire scene. And then the second scene, we got a little bit more about like why doubt was there. And this one is like, you're right. This is ultimately like we always go for. And even when we're dealing with acute trauma like COVID in the moment, like dealing with somebody even who's, like dealing with the acute stage of something, they've lost people, like we're still always going through strengths, trauma, post-traumatic growth, strengths, trauma. You don't have to like wait for this.
Right.
But what is the thing that changed inside of you? Because that's what TSM is about. It's about changing the active experiencing inside of yourself. You shared so openly that people could see it. They could see it changing in you. So what does that feel like? How did you get there? You make this sense.
I don't know. That's a tough question, Kate. But I don't know. This looking at this model and seeing it just feels really right to me. It's funny that putting that tree and then the body double and the spiritual guidance of this shell, and then working with doubt and really this is very powerful. Seeing doubt, not only seeing it as something kind of apart from me or as a part of me, but as a part from me, and then being able to kind of respect it and honor it, especially in relation to the shame and so forth. Yeah.
And the shame, it doesn't belong on this stage. If we were doing deep therapy, we might bring the shame on the stage and do something different with it. And that's not what we're doing.
Well,
but
very powerful. So this is what you do.
Yes, I do. I do this with my stage. What we're doing now, since March, is we're doing Zoom things, and we do some of it on the stage. So, like we have a group, and people pick figures to be around the stage, and we might enact a drama, or we also do the Zoom windows on the just do dramas with the Zoom windows.
Right.
I mean, it's like I'm actually excited about what we're learning with Zoom. Like so many therapists are like, "Oh, it's like such a burden." I mean, to me, it's a creative bridge right now. And our groups that it used to be, I'd go to Croatia, I'd go to Taiwan, I go
Wow.
homogeneous groups. Right now, our groups are 100 people from 18 different countries.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's amazing what Zoom is allowing us to do. And we get up and we dance and we sing and we cry and we do full dramas on the stage. So, I don't know when I'll ever see another country again, but, I'm seeing millions, or not millions, but, many more people around the Zoom world, which we call the brain in the Zoom world.
Well, I'm so excited to get this out and share it with everyone. And I just want to thank you again for coming on here and sharing your wisdom and your inspiration. It's been an honor to take part in these things. I want to do another one.
I'm available. Let's keep going. What we did was show the basic map of prescriptive roles, trauma roles, transformation, post-traumatic growth roles. We can do some more about what is a body double, what is how do you role reverse with the strength? How did we actually get there?
Well,
yeah. And if not, I'll always enjoy the pleasure and the gift that you gave me to let me walk beside you. That is what in TSM we walk beside people.
Mm-hmm.
We're awesome. Not a down model. We're a walk beside people.
Well, thank you so much, Kate. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.